As my employer is very inclusive. However, where I see a disparity is in my department, where engineering still seems to be a boys' club. Besides getting more women into STEM careers, how do we level the playing field?
I kind of laughed because I could have probably wrote that question. It's interesting because throughout my career, I've been pretty much the only woman in many meetings, or one of a few. One of the best compliments I ever got at college was when the guys were like, "Well, Carol, you're just one of the guys," and it's like, okay, I finally fit in. But in the workflow, when the workforce, as you get older, you've got other things going on in your life, and it gets to be a little frustrating. Um, it's interesting from a diversity and inclusion perspective is that for years we've always tried to fix women. Well, you need to be less emotional. You need to be more like a man, right? And the reality is, maybe in order to level the playing field, we need to recognize women for their strengths and remove these gender biases, and start talking about that. And it's interesting because I have a recommendation on a book that just was recently published. It's called Unskirting the Issues, which talks about gender bias and how the well-intentioned men in leadership, what they can do to help improve diversity and inclusion in the workplace, so that it's not just a good old boys club, but that it actually provides opportunities for everyone. And so it's an interesting perspective with just some common sense practices that recognizes that for example, resumes, when taking the names off the resumes to decide which is the qualified candidate, so you remove that gender bias based on name. Doing things with interview panels, so your interview panels are 50-50, so that it's not all male on a interview panel, but you've got diversity in that panel. And with the fields, in order to improve on diversity, if there's only 10% of women engineers or 10% of black engineers, try to go for 10% more than what is standard to help improve the odds of promoting and providing opportunities for more diverse candidates. So those are some ideas, but I think if you get an opportunity to read this book, it's called Unskirting the Issues by Bonnie Fetch, and I have it right here, actually. I can put it up for you. It's a short read, but has a lot of really good common sense information.